Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our September 4th meeting for Information Technology and Communication. Let's all rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you, everyone. All righty, we do not have any additions or changes to the agenda. So do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
Support.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Minutes, approval of the minutes.
I'll move them.
All right, moved and supported. Any comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you very much. We are down to limited public comment. Liz or Nathan, here's your chance. I guess not. All right, moving on then. Communications Director update.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, Commissioners. You'll see on the first part of my report here, it says our 13th county newsletter is out September 4th, which would be today. That is not true. It is out next week. I failed to update that. I apologize. With the holiday, and we have a town hall this evening, we're hoping to have some updates for that newsletter, so we pushed it 1 week. There was no active advertising in the month of August that we were paying for any paid promotions, but there were promos online that are live for the Delta Township Town Hall, which again is tonight, and we're also coordinating at least 2 more town halls on the tax limitation proposal throughout the county. That will likely be in Eaton Rapids Township, as well as here in Charlotte. The county was part of several events in the month of August that I have listed here. A lot of exciting things happening, and I know I saw a lot of you at these events as well. One I want to plug again is the mobile recycling program that was launched. Our recycling trailer, thanks to Eagle, is alive and well and looking for communities that want to host it, especially in areas of our county that doesn't have a recycling center already available. If you're interested in that, please reach out to recycle@eatoncounty.org or communications@eatoncounty.org, or you can call into the controller's office or resource recovery, and we can help try and coordinate that as best as we can. Any questions on that portion? Moving on to the digital space, county saw another 36 new followers on social media. Again, just that slow and steady new followers, organic followers. We do, as you can see, we saw a huge spike in reach, and that's because a lot of the information sharing around the tax limitation proposal has taken off in a big way, as well as the Fainer Boat Lifts and Docks generous donation of that new dock at Crandall Park. That saw an incredible amount of reach. People are very excited about that and actively using it, I know. But, you know, a lot of that tax limitation proposal, there was a lot of other local municipalities, groups, and individuals sharing the information we have for better and for worse. And so we've had a lot of great engagement and interaction there from across the county. So it's a very active mid-month again with engagement, especially around the tax limitation proposal. But other than that, social media-wise, you see that huge spike in reach. I hope to maintain a lot of that as we continue to share information. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully you don't see a precipitous dip again like we did earlier this year. But any questions on social media specifically?
I don't see any.
All right, moving on to website. We saw, average 28,000 users from August 1st to August 29th. Same thing here, and now that we have, which I will go into in a little bit here, an updated website, I'm going to work with Technology Services. Huge shout out to Liz, as always, for her guidance and help on this website stuff. But we're going to start benchmarking from some of that engagement data we have from previous months from our website to try and see how we can change, what we can change when it comes to engagement on the site. And that's going to vary on what we want, depending on the pages, and there's going to be certain things that happen from the election in November to different things where we'll see huge spikes in engagement on specific pages. That kind of will skew the data a little bit, but I'm looking forward to using Google Analytics to try and determine how we can best continue to alter this site. I will go through the website refresh, but I think I'll go through the last bit of my report first. Are there any questions on some of that data piece there first before I move on?
Anyone?
Okay. Media-wise, month of August here, I've listed out some of the major individual stories that we either advocated for or were just cold called or a part of. Some of the bigger ones was obviously that mobile recycling program and the Dyer Kiln State Marker that we're really happy about. And then, of course, the Potterville event, there was several hours of phone calls with different reporters, including the Detroit News, looking to find information on Eaton County's economy or just the event in general, some of which we didn't have the answers for. I did coordinate with LEAP, and they ended up doing some interviewing as well, and really showcased why Eaton County is a great place to work and live. Any questions on some of these specific media bits?
I don't see any.
Quickly, some of project updates. Mainly, most of my time is spent trying to get information out around the tax limitation proposal. Printed handouts and mailers are going out or in active printing and development right now. In your packet, you'll see an example of one of those mailers. County's limited in its resources, so we're not able to do as much as some other campaigns, informational campaigns specifically want to do, but we're going to do our very best to get the information out. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback on how we're getting that information out now. And of course, obviously, when you're online, when you see things online, especially on social media, the loudest voices are often the most vitriolic or negative. That's expected. We want to get them that information, especially if they're sharing misinformation. Often, those that understand this aren't necessarily going to be commenting on it as well. So that's sort of that dichotomy on some of that engagement. We are hosting a town hall tonight at Delta District Library in Delta Township. That's at 5:30. If you're watching this meeting at home, there is still time to get to the library. Come ask questions, come listen to us, come learn. Or if you just want to listen, you can submit questions later if you go to eatoncounty.org/1326 to get more information. And again, we're working on planning more town halls as well. Any questions on that before I move on to the website walkthrough?
I have a question. Are we tracking the traffic on that calculator that has been put up?
I'll have to check if we can, on the back end, look at that, because that's technically a separate site, but we should be able to actually track that. Yeah.
But as far as you know, it's getting some traffic.
Yeah, we have gotten a lot of positive feedback on that, like a lot. I'm really happy. Again, John Merrick and GIS did a fantastic job simplifying that. Oftentimes you have to put in your specific parcel ID or the taxable value to do a calculation. This, you just type your name or your address and it'll do it for you. And as simple as that sounds, that is a powerful tool.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
All right, moving on to the website here. As you guys may have noticed, the website looks different. Obviously, we wanted to adhere to our new branding, and the color choices and font choices that we chose in that new branding were purposeful. We want to speak with authority. We want to be a trusted source of information, and so that's why we made those choices. This header image will cycle through different areas of the county, different parks, et cetera. As you can see, too, in this top-line navigation, which Commissioner Toomey has always said, this is probably the most confusing part, and he's right. We tried to delineate this, and we worked with Civic Plus on making sure things are a little more divided and simplified as much as possible for a lot of these. Still, there's a lot of information, but with any government website, that you cannot avoid that. But we want to make it as easy as possible. We wanted to make the search bar a little more simple as well, easier to follow. We are promoting our social media, including our YouTube. These top links here as well have an interaction that go with our branding, and we're able to function these in and out. Before on our previous website, we had a press release list and then an announcement module as well. We decided to combine those for ease, and so any press release, any major announcement you will see in this carousel moving forward to simplify things, essentially. As well, the county calendar, pretty similar as it functions, but we like the look of this a lot more. We also have a popular services tab here that we can swap in and out with the most used services that people look for right here as well. And I can go to some of these interior pages. These also look slightly different, a little cleaner, a little easier to navigate, which is the whole point and idea. We were limited into what we could really change. This is part of our contract with Civic Plus already, And so this wasn't a complete website overhaul, it was a refresh. And it was a much needed one, working to modernize it, working to make information a little more easily accessible.
And this will look just as good on a mobile app.
Yes, yes, it does. We really, that was a big proponent of Liz and I when we worked through this, was to make sure the mobile functionality, as that number continues to grow and less on desktops, are people accessing our site, we wanted to make sure it was simple.
Very good, thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Mott?
Logan, is there a way to, on these photos that were on this page, is there a way to put in a caption of where they are or what it is?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, so I can edit the image and add like a watermark essentially in the bottom. I could do
Okay.
that for sure.
I think it'd be helpful for people.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Anyone else?
I was just going to comment that I did look through the mobile version, and it does look very good. It is much more simplified than it was before. A lot easier to click on the links instead of like
Yeah.
zooming in and.
You know,
How's it work on that flip phone, Mark?
I'll have to dig it out of the closet to check.
yeah, and even some of those interactions you have on these buttons, and as silly as it sounds, those do a lot for engagement. Those do a lot for being, as silly as it sounds, satisfying for folks to actually click into and find that information.
Yeah, agreed.
Any other questions? All right, continue on.
That actually concludes my report.
Well, very good, thank you very much. All right. Technology Services Director update. Nate, welcome.
Hello. Got a quick update for you, and then we're going to let Liz steal the show. So this month, Youth Facility Edition network equipment is installed and should be tested and good to go by the end of this week, I'm hoping. We're real close on that. The transition to prosecutor by Carpel is finished, and the prosecutor's office is 100% on their new system. I'm told that it's working quite well. Part of that system is the e-warrant system. That is also working well with a couple of CDPDs already. Sheriff's office is getting ready to switch over as well. The Vine system, which is the victim notification system, was completed this morning, and that marks that project 100% finished. We have started a new project with the health department, moving them to a hosted phone system. Chad Powers from Facilities, Ben Young from Parks, and myself went to MSU for a Sustainable Fleet Solutions event. We learned all about different pieces of connected equipment that have different power sources. Devices we traditionally don't think of as technology are absolutely packed with sensors, code, and networking now. These are all the devices that we'll be dealing with someday in the future. Some are gasoline-powered, zero turns, electric robotic mowers, electric pickup trucks, weed trimmers, leaf blowers, etc. While not all these devices are right for Eaton County specifically, some systems are able to be retrofitted onto existing equipment, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't require an entire investment into like a new lawnmower, let's say. Some systems, like a Husqvarna auto mower, are perfect for a campus like MSU, where they have a Wi-Fi, but would not be the best choice for the county, because we don't even have power at some of our locations. So it works some places, not everywhere. I think it's important to attend sessions like this, just so that we can learn from the investment that other organizations have made into some of this technology, and really try to learn from it. My takeaway from the event was that electric and gas power both have their place, and they're appropriate for entirely different use cases. And we have to look at every use case on an individual basis. And then finally, we did have a GIS administrator, Ivan Christopher, start yesterday. We're extremely excited to have him join the team and cannot wait to see what he comes up with. So, any questions on any of that?
I don't see any.
All right, Liz, feel free to steal the show.
Thank you, Nate.
Earlier this year, I had brought a proposal to the controller's office to switch from our product that we were using to control our agendas, which was Dropbox, to switch to Civic Clerk agenda meeting management software, which is actually the vendor that we use for our website. What I found is the way the agendas were being managed is the controller's office would get so many little pieces of information in, and Connie can probably attest to this, they would kind of scrounge to pull everything together, things would be changing constantly. So I had suggested this different product, which basically is a online program that takes the agendas from the beginning piece through to the pulling all the pieces together, through to the meeting. And it's a complete collaboration program. So the department heads can actually submit pieces of information. Other agencies can, other departments can submit pieces, and then it all kind of comes together as one. And then there's actually a meeting piece of it that can pull together to monitor the meetings and do all the entry for the meeting details. Over the past few months, Claudine and Lori from the controller's office and I have been getting trained on this product, and we've been configuring the back end. And there was a lot of back end configuration on the side. I didn't quite even realize how much there was for detail. So a big shout out to Claudine, because a lot of it fell onto her plate. The reason why we went to this product is because it was multifold in all reality. We had a more streamlined process. It helped pull all those individual pieces together. Files got saved in multiple locations. We had to save them to the network to pull everything together. Then they got moved to Dropbox. Everything is now in one product. Automatic email notifications are going to go out with this product. It can assign tasks to people and timeframes so things get done at a certain time frame. It automatically updates our county website with this information, and that's what I'm going to be showing you in a moment. Automatically, the agendas will get published by we click a button, we tell it to publish, it publishes them. It also does the same thing for the minutes. This product is also a little bit cheaper. With Dropbox, it saves us about $2,500 a year. The nice thing about this is every user that uses Dropbox has to pay a licensing fee. This is an all-inclusive product. We can have as many users as we want utilizing this. So from a licensing standpoint, that's very beneficial. I'm going to go ahead and just show you real quick the public portal and of this product. Again, it's called Civic Clerk Agenda Meeting Management. And there's different pieces to it. There's the management console. The board portal is what it's called, and all of you got instructions on how to access that. And then there's the public portal. And there's a couple of different ways they can access the public portal, but it's basically through the website. I'm going to take my mouse over to Agendas and Minutes. When I go to agendas and minutes, this is again what the public will see. The most current agenda is listed at the top there, and all a person has to do is click on that particular agenda. So you see from the top here, we can see we had our Health and Human Services Committee meeting, we see our Information Technology Committee meeting right now, and then you see your Public Safety meeting and the meetings that are coming up as you start to scroll down. Now, these are posted out till the end of this calendar year, so you'll see quite a few meetings out there that haven't quite happened yet. When you look at the meeting, you'll see a little camera, a little microphone, and a little download button. We can actually embed our YouTube recorded meetings into these sessions, and so I will show you that in a moment. You'll see if an agenda has been posted, and then if a download is available from the event. I'm going to go ahead and just click on Human Services from yesterday. What it opens up is this kind of main screen where people can see their agenda items as well as seeing their actual packet of their information. So people can see the overall view of the different items. They can see the meeting, just the meeting overview. They can see any attachments. And then meeting media is actually our YouTube recording from yesterday. so they can actually play it right from this, where we weren't able to before. They can see the meeting files, which is the agenda packet, and then once the approved minutes become available, those will be posted as well. Do you have any questions regarding the new agenda and minutes?
Not really a question, but just a comment. On the mobile version, I've been following along as you go. Committees with longer names seem to spill over the top of the buttons. So it's just a note or something might need
Yeah,
to be
we'll have to
cleaned
make
up.
sure we address that, because the Information Technology and Communication Committee meeting is one of the longest.
Yeah, Health and Human Services seems to spill over a little bit too.
I'll check on that with our vendor too.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, carry on, Liz.
That's basically everything I have to show you guys. Each of you have your own portal that will look slightly different that you guys will log into. But as you can see, you can go in and right from the website, click onto the view and see all the different pieces of information. Again, there's a link up at the top that they can go directly to our YouTube page if they so choose to. But really, that's how easy it is. It's a one-click thing to get everything posted between the board, the public portal, and share that agenda and meeting information.
Thank you very much. Oh, Commissioner Mott.
I just want to commend you for doing this. It really streamlines what we're doing here, and it helps people to get to where they want to go, and get the information that we're trying to get out and be transparent, and that's what we're trying to do here. So thank you guys. This is really a step up.
Well, and Claudine too, in the controller's office, to want to go through this, to understand, they really, I never realized how extensive that process was of all the information that they're gathering. And it's changing right up to minute by minute. And for them to be able to funnel everything into one location, one product, one access, see who's changing what. Because really kind of Claudine has corralled a lot of that information, but before, it could have come from any location, any information, and by funneling it into one spot, I think it's helped.
All righty. Yes. All right, moving on to item number 8, any miscellaneous? I don't believe we do have. Limited public comment. Nate, you're up, man. Well, Nate refuses to get up again, so with that, we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.